But to understand the origin of this beef between Lil Durk's OTF and Youngboy's NBA or Never Broke Again collective, which would eventually end up leaving both Von and Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab dead and Durk fighting for his life behind bars, we have to go all the way back to where it started, and it all started with Von. In late 2017, Lil Durk had dropped the song My Side that featured NBA Youngboy. In the song, Durk would acknowledge that he and Youngboy were a cut above the rest when it came to the rap game and that they were setting the bar for the others. Durk was clearly a big fan of Youngboy, as well as fellow singing southern street rapper Quando Rondo, who was signed to Youngboy's NBA label, as Durk would actually name both of them in an Instagram post where he listed his favorite 50 rappers of all time. Furthermore, in my opinion, the influence of Youngboy and Quando's style, a very unique approach of singing and using auto-tune to tell stories from the streets, really resonated with Durk and inspired him to keep making more of that same auto-tuned pain music. Youngboy, Quando Rondo, and OTF had a seemingly amicable relationship up to this point. In February 2019, Von and Quando were seen hanging out backstage at a show and filming a skit where Quando actually would diss Von's ops from 63rd Street in Chicago.
I'm saying though, they got 63rd dirty. I'm talking about hey, listen, no man, 64, y'all 63rd over there smoking crack.
Things seemed really positive between these two groups, but that was all about to change when a year and a half later, in early 2019, Von would hop on IG Live to call out Youngboy, claiming that he had lies or cap in his raps.
Youngboy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
You talking crazy on this.
Oh yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On this man. Cap. You got cap in your raps.
However, in August 2019, King Von would surprisingly tweet a welcome home message to Youngboy following his release from jail. So despite their growing tensions, there appeared to be a brief sense of camaraderie between these groups. Around the same time, Von would actually begin incorporating some of Youngboy's rhetoric into his own style, further blurring the lines between respect and rivalry. In October, DJ Academics would stir the pot by tweeting that NBA Youngboy was the realest street rapper to ever emerge since the original Chirac drill era, challenging fans to name another artist who really lived the life they rapped about. Without hesitation, Lil Durk would respond with a suggestion of his own, King Von. In February 2020, King Von suggested that he and NBA Youngboy had actually worked on music together, even calling on Youngboy publicly to release the track on Twitter. In a post that seemed to hint that Youngboy had been holding onto the song and blocking its release, in May, Durk would release his 5th studio album, Just Cause Y'all Waited 2, a sequel to a mixtape that he had dropped back in 2018. This album also containing the song Turn Myself In, which had been originally released in June 2019, just before Durk had been locked up for the alleged incident in Atlanta. The album would debut at number 5 and later became his first album to reach the top 2 on the Billboard 200. But as Durk celebrated his album rollout, King Von would be out instigating the beef and prodding Youngboy. And in August, he would tweet a cryptic message to his fans, claiming that they wouldn't believe the woman he had just made a hit song with. Later that same day, photos surfaced online of Von with Jania Michelle, the mother of NBA Youngboy's child, sparking a social media frenzy. Von escalated the drama by insinuating on Twitter that he had a sex tape with Jania and hinting that he could release something that could make someone stop claiming their kids. Jania quickly denied the rumors, attempting to shut down the speculation. However, leaked messages suggested that Von's actions were less about Jania and more about getting under Asian Doll's skin, revealing that his supposed collaboration with Jania was an effort to provoke Asian Doll, who he'd apparently split up with at this point. Asian would quickly dismiss Von's claims as lies, asserting that she had found direct messages between Von and Jania before they split up, just adding more fuel to the fire.
Oh, nah, I've seen that in them DMs. I've been seeing it. She's lying. I've been seeing it. Been on dick. I've been seeing it. None of this not a surprise. This is just on the internet right now, you know what I'm saying? I've been new. The
very next day, NBA Youngboy would respond with an Instagram post aimed squarely at Von, and in a shocking move, Youngboy captioned the post with a vow to make sure that his son sleeps with King Von's daughter, turning the trolling into a deeply personal and slightly weird attack. Amid the escalating tension, Durk and Von's longtime friend, from back in the days when OTF was something more than just a rap collective, Lil Reese, would enter the beef too, tweeting a bold threat that he planned to beat up Quando Rondo, a close friend of Youngboy and an artist on his NBA label, to which Rondo would respond by saying that Reese and the Chicago rappers in general wouldn't do nothing.
Man, this gang gonna do nothing to me.
At this point, the beef between Von and Youngboy had now broadened to include numerous people from both sides, and in September 2020, King Von would tweet what appeared to be a direct threat towards Quando Rondo and NBA Youngboy, saying that he hoped God had space for both of them. The following day, Quando Rondo's right-hand man, Lil Tim, would fire back on Twitter, warning Von and the other Chicago rappers to think twice before messing with Quando. But Von, unfazed, would respond the day after, saying that he'd been fighting his whole life and he could punch hard as hell. Around this time, Von would also begin publicly claiming that he was single and too focused on his career to be in a relationship. However, he would still be spotted at a club with Youngboy's baby mama, Jania Michelle.
So just like 2 days ago, Jania was spotted in the club with King Von's sister, and King Von was also there as well. You couldn't see them together, but you know they were together. If you know, you know.
2020 was truly King Von's year. He had dropped 2 successful mixtapes back-to-back, Grandson Volume 1 and LeVon James, and he was priming himself for a blockbuster debut with the much-anticipated project Welcome to O-Block coming. But also, by October, Von had shifted his focus to promoting his new song, Mine Too, a track that was subtly dissing NBA Youngboy as he would rap about how somebody's girl was Von's too, whilst also mentioning having beef in the NOLA, or New Orleans and Louisiana, the latter being Youngboy's home state. Also in October, Von would tweet that once a girl lets another man in, he would no longer want her, leading fans to speculate that he was referencing Asian Doll, possibly moving on, and rumours would then begin swirling that Von's ex-Asian Doll had actually met up with Youngboy, a claim that emerged after DMs from people in Youngboy's camp leaked. Meanwhile, Durk was going on the musical run of a lifetime. His momentum as a rapper was truly back, partly off the back of the street credibility that he'd received from his collaboration with Von, landing a blockbuster collaboration with rap's biggest star Drake in the form of the song Laugh Now, Cry Later, dropping in August, a track that swiftly went to number 2 on the Billboard charts. And Durk was gearing up to drop his 6th studio album, The Voice, releasing its title track in September 2020, while NBA Youngboy, on the other hand, was on a generational run in the rap game, releasing back-to-back #1 albums and flooding the market with music in a way that proved that you could provide quality and quantity at the very pinnacle of the rap game. He was also catching cases left, right and center, and he was certainly one of the realest, if you will, gangster rappers to have ever done it, especially at that level at this point. But Youngboy was also still being petty and entertaining the beef. He would actually release a snippet in early November of a song that he had apparently recorded with Asian Doll with the threatening title Meet the Reaper, clearly taking a deadly hint towards this beef with Von, a dig which Von would respond to by tweeting that the song was trash and claiming that his and Jania's collaboration was much better. He would then even hint at having compromising pictures of Jania, but then later backtracked, saying that he was only joking and that if Asian Doll was happy, then he's happy too. But the song was still trash. In an interview with DJ Academics, Von would downplay the feud with Youngboy, saying that the internet was blowing it out of proportion.
People told me you and Youngboy was beefing or something like that. You said something about what happened, Von? What's going on with you, man?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same interests and then you know how the internet will try to make it.
Don't tell me I got problems over girls.
No, it's the internet, gang. It's the you know, they'll try to make it like that because it's the internet. You see what I'm saying? And then you know how females will try to make it like that because they females, and they'll try to make it like one motherfucker hard and try to. It be just all type, but it ain't nothing too serious, nothing that you should worry about.
Tragically though, Von had no idea just how serious the situation was about to become, and only a few days later, events would escalate far beyond anyone's expectations. As has now been covered extensively in the media, on November the 6th, 2020, King Von would tragically lose his life in a shooting outside of the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta. The incident, which was captured on security cameras, seemingly began from Von initiating a fight with Quando Rondo. This unprovoked sucker punch would immediately descend into a full-blown jumping, and chaos would break out between Von and Quando's entourages, during which time Quando's right-hand man Lil Tim would quickly exit a car that he was sitting in before calmly going around it and shooting at King Von, who was hit numerous times and would later pass away in the hospital. Adding an eerie layer to this tragedy, Lil Durk would be on Instagram Live when the news of Von's shooting broke, with fans flooding the comments letting Durk know what had happened, and after seemingly reading these messages, Durk would abruptly end the live. The hours that followed saw a media frenzy as tributes and reactions poured in. Durk took to Instagram to mourn his close friend, sharing a heartfelt post where he simply told Von he loved him. But while Durk was grieving, unfortunately, the internet wouldn't be kind to him, as in the midst of Durk mourning the loss of his friend, who was known as one of Chicago's most feared gangsters, who never let a violation go unchecked, online, the phrase "slide for Von" would become synonymous with Lil Durk amongst fans of drill music, popularized by none other than Rainbow Head rapping snitch 6ix9ine. The trolling and troll-looking rapper commented on Lil Durk's tribute post for Von how Durk had first lost Newski and now Von, and that he was still just rapping, telling him to go and pick up a gun instead. 6ix9ine would continue his provocations during an appearance on DJ Academics' Off the Record podcast, accusing Durk of knowing who killed Von and doing nothing about it.
They know the exact that put 10 bullets in King Von and he died there by himself. Why nobody slid for that? I don't see you on Instagram saying, yo, go slide for that, man.
Listen.
Y'all know what y'all saying? Yo, y'all want the
I'm gonna be real with you.
No.
Hold on. Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on.
Go hit that kid at me.
Hold on.
Why this not shooting?
Let me be real with you.
I don't see you on Instagram say, yo, Dirk, go slide for your man.
I discovered King Von.
No, I
When
don't
King
want to talk about
Von
King
died.
Von.
So
Why
I
is
don't
Dirk
know.
not sliding?
I don't know no politics.
And
listen,
why is this not sliding on the
how you know?
Fans would quickly adopt the "Slide for Von" slogan, using it relentlessly to troll Dirk in the months following Von's death. Dirk would respond to the "Slide for Von" narrative, stating that none of them slid for their people, so that they should stop talking about killing to him. However, at this point, it seemed like every post that Dirk made on social media would become the target for comments demanding retribution for Von. People on Reddit would hold polls asking whether or not they believed that Dirk would slide for Von, with the results showing a near even split, 53% voting no and 47% expecting vengeance. On December the 24th, 2020, Dirk would release his much-awaited album, The Voice, which he would dedicate to King Von. The album would peak at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, and on January the 10th, 2021, he would tease a deluxe version that would later drop on January the 29th, 2021 with 12 additional tracks. Despite the losses that he was suffering, Dirk's career still had an incredible momentum like he'd never seen before. During 2021, he would be featured on multiple hit songs, such as No More Parties remix by Coi Leray, which reached number 26 on the Hot 100, Every Chance I Get by DJ Khaled, which hit number 20, No Return by Polo G that hit number 26, Sharing Locations with Meek Mill peaking at number 22, Jonah with Kanye West hitting number 27, In the Bible, another collab with Drake that hit number 7, and Who Wants Smoke with Nardo Wick going number 17 on the Billboard Hot 100. Dirk was hot, and he was quickly becoming a fan favorite in the rap game. Genuinely, it was this hot run that made him the voice of the streets. However, despite all the success he was having in the music industry, clearly being at a loss in the streets was still having an impact on Dirk's mindset, and he would even hint at the way that he was thinking in his new music. On October the 15th, 2021, Dirk would release the emotionally charged track Pissed Me Off, where Dirk made it clear that he couldn't find peace until revenge was achieved, before following through with a promise of retribution. The music video for the song would show Dirk far away from the studios and clubs of Atlanta, but actually back in his home turf in Taytown's hood on 59th and Princeton. But in the meantime, rapper NLE Chopper would say in an interview with DJ Academics that he had actually tried to convince Dirk not to retaliate musically.
When after this happened with Von and all that, a lot of all that was happening, bro, I was the one really in bro ear, like, know what I'm saying? I don't want to be this person in your ear to be like, know what I'm saying? Let this chill, like, don't move on it. But bro, I'm gonna be that person to let you know, bro, like, this cycle we in as black men is a never ending cycle. Cause at the end of the day, bro, we one person, we got one conscious mind. That's why when I'm thinking something, they might be thinking the same thing. Cause at the end of the day, out of us being black, white, Hispanic, whatever, we are a human being and we are one race. So when you do something, this why I know what's up with life now. This why I don't do nothing out of spite to people.
Only a month later though, Lil Durk would drop the song Aha, a fiery diss that instantly went viral, amassing over 100 million views on YouTube. And in the song, Lil Durk would directly address the feud, opening with a bar that made it clear that he wasn't about to take NLE Chopper's advice about not responding to Von disses, instead telling his goons to go and pick up a gun. Unfortunately, as we all know now from the alleged indictment, it seemed that despite the promise of his rising rap career, Durk was completely consumed by seeking revenge for Von. And in the years that followed, Durk would seemingly set into motion a series of events that would ultimately see him and his friends in jail, fighting for their lives and freedom. But interestingly, whilst this was already going on, and before Von had even been killed, it would appear that behind the scenes, when Von was alive, he, perhaps with the assistance of Lil Durk, was continuing to wage war on their shared enemies, without a care for the survival of his budding rap career. Only a few months before Von died, there would be another prominent murder in Chicago, seemingly orchestrated by Von and carried out by a number of people who were close friends of both Von and Durk. And with Von being dead by the time these charges came to light, Durk would end up being the biggest name associated with the murder. And with Von's death still going unavenged at this point, Durk would seemingly continue to carry the torch, doing exactly what Von did, using his music and lyrics as a megaphone to tell the world about him and his crew's murderous ways, laying the groundwork for the authorities to build up a picture of Durk and Von as violent kingpins, using their fame and money to have anyone they didn't like killed without a care. And I'm of course talking about the murder of FBG Duck.